I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world.
What's on, Jet? It's the Prince of Diamonds, J. Local Peso, man. Free at last, free at last. Thank God we are free at last. Now, if you didn't know, as of Friday, December 16th, Dr. Mutulu Shakur has been freed from prison. Now, Mutulu Shakur is the stepfather of none other than our beloved Tupac Shakur. And he is the husband of our beloved Black Queen, Assata Shakur. They're going to say, the Malcolm X grassroots movement is pleased to announce that Dr. Mutulu Shakur, a 72-year-old grandfather, respected healer, and elder, was released from prison today. He was granted parole November 10th by the Federal Parole Commission. After 36 years in prison, he is finally able to spend time with his family, and we want to make sure we respect these precious moments. Mutulu is deeply grateful for the broad expression of trust and support, and thanks everyone who has helped him over the years. He will not be making any additional statements at this time. We ask that we have space and time to be with family and to continue receiving medical treatment. We welcome him home with great joy and appreciation. And, they have all of his stuff up here to donate. If you want to donate, because, Mutulu, he's sick. Dr. Mutulu's sick. And it's crazy. They only letting him out now. Because, he's basically on his deathbed. Like, don't be surprised from the time that you're watching this video, a couple months from now, if that, if you hear Mutulu Shakur has passed away, and we'll probably have to make another video about it. But, he was locked up for a long time. He was, he tried to get parole for years and years and years, time and time again, but they kept denying it. But now that he's old, they see him as like, he's not really a threat to society. He's old. He's on his deathbed. So now they're letting him out, And it's like, we could sit here and be bitter and be, oh, they should have been let him out. But at the same time, we're just going to look at this and be happy. We're just going to look at this and be happy because we don't have time to be bitter, He's on his last leg. Now, reading on, they're going to say Mutulu Shakur's release comes 5 months after he was diagnosed with a rare and incurable form of blood cancer. At the time, doctors estimated he had about 6 months to live. His legal team immediately filed his 11th request for parole. Quote, his health situation is extremely dire right now, Shakur's attorney Brad Thomas told NBC News at the time. He's very much on an end-of-life trajectory. We're looking at a matter of months at the most, but realistically, it could be a matter of days or weeks. He continued, at this point, the issue is getting him released so he can say goodbye to his loved ones, his family, his children, and grandchildren, to be surrounded by loved ones so he can die in dignity, peace, and comfort outside of prison. On November 10th, Mutulu Shakur was given permission to spend his final days outside of prison by the U.S. Parole Commission after 36 years behind bars. His prison release had been denied 10 times until an October hearing where the Federal Parole Commission admitted he held an impeccable institutional record was no longer a risk to society. We now find your medical condition renders so you infirm of mind and body that you are no longer physically capable of committing any federal, state, or local crime, the Parole Commission said. The panel previously denied his release in September, despite medical reports supporting his decline in physical function, confusion, and hallucinations. Damn. So they wait till you all messed up in the game and all out of it to let you out, man. It's crazy how they did him, man. How they do him too, man. A judge who rejected his request for compassionate release in 2020 told Shakur he could reapply at the point of approaching death, at quote, the point of approaching death. The same judge, now 90 years old, was the one who sentenced him over 30 years ago. Wow. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Just reading on into the case, Shakur was one of several Black Liberation Army members to carry out the 1981 robbery of an armored car, aided by the May 19th Communist Organization and former members of the Weather Underground. The BLA crew stole $1.6 million in cash from a Brinks armored car at the Nanuet Mall in Nanuet, New York, killing a Brinks guard, Peter Page, seriously wounding another Brinks guard, Joseph Trombino, and subsequently killing two Nyack police officers, Edward O'Grady and Waverly Brown, who was actually the first black member of the Nyack, New York Police Department. Wow. Trombino recovered from the wounds he received in this incident, but was killed in the 2001 September 11 attacks. And it's crazy. It's crazy how this all ties in. Shakur, the alleged ringleader of the group, evaded capture for 6 years and thus was the last one to go on trial on charges related to the robbery. In the 1980s, Shakur and Marilyn Buck was indicted on the Racketeering, Influence, and the Corruption Organizations Act, aka the RICO. While at large on July 23, 1982, he became the 380th person added to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list. He was arrested on February 12, 1986, in California by the FBI. Shakur and Buck were tried in 1987 and convicted on May 11, 1988. Although federal parole was abolished pursuant to the Sentencing Reform Act of 1984, Shakur's convictions were exempt because the Act provisions did not take effect until 1987. Thus, under the rules in effect at the time of his conviction, he was due for a mandatory parole determination after serving 30 of his original 60-year sentence, which came in 2016. However, the United States Parole Commission denied his release in 2016, 2018, and early 2022. On November 10, 2022, the Commission reconsidered and granted Shakur release on parole effective December 16, 2022, in light of his declining health. Shakur was in fact released on December 16, 2022. So yeah, man. If y'all don't know nothing about the Shakurs, man, I'll tell you, bro. You feel me? These was real gangsters. Now you see the little kids you see running around acting now, just acting bad just to get a name. Nah, man. These dudes back then, they was a different breed, a different animal. Now, if y'all don't know anything about Mutulu Shakur, Assata Shakur, you feel me? Look them up, man. These is legends in the game, man. And I know it sounds crazy, like, you feel me? Yeah, a guard was killed and 2 cops was killed, but you gotta understand, these is times when, like, you gotta understand what they was doing to our people. So people, like, I'm not saying everything was right, but we had to fight back and wild out. We had to lash out because we was tired. We was tired, so we just had to lash out. We had to wild out. I ain't saying everything was right, but what they was doing to us wasn't right neither. You feel me? So, you know, so that's just how that went. And, you know, these is real gangsters. Like, they really broke Assata Shakur out of jail. And she's still free to this day, like, living in Cuba. Like, you feel me? Like, these is all legends, you know? He a legend, Tupac, like, these is all legends. Like, you feel me? They need to have a movie on their own, you know? And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Assata Shakur, I don't know if Mutulu was a part, but I'm pretty sure Assata Shakur was a part of the Panther 21 in New York. These is all cases y'all gotta look up and look into, man. I don't got enough time to go into detail about all of this in one video, but man, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want me to go into detail about these topics, you feel me? But because this is when it gets deep and crazy, and they don't want us to bring this type of thinking back. They don't want that. But man, see Prince Diamonds, J Local Peso, man. Holla at me on Twitter, man. Get at me what y'all think about what y'all think about them finally letting Mutulu out after all of this time, man. Y'all think he should have been out? Y'all think they did the right job you feel me, based off of what he did? Y'all think Assata Shakur is sipping the pina colada right now? If she did pass away, I'm not sure. I don't think she passed away. I think I seen something about her in the news not too long ago. Maybe it was that she passed away, but I don't think she passed away yet. I'm not sure. We not sure. I don't know. I gotta look into that. But yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.
Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real shit, if that's real to you. You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Keep the game. And listen to what I'm saying and hold us accountable for it.